We're driving out of our compound now, and we're heading towards the ELWA Junction area. Once we get to ELWA Junction, we'll get down, we'll disembark the vehicle, and then we'll start the broadcast. We'll start the production from there, from ELWA Junction, and then we will drive through straight to the airport, to RIA itself, where the project begins from. And then my boss, Mr. Diflo Flomo, will bring in some analysis eventually as we move on. Once we must have done the historical narrative of the project, talking about how much the project cost, when it started, who are the engineers that are working on the road, what were some of the obstacles that the road experienced, and how long the project is expected to last. You need to sit here and all of that. Get away. All right. So right now we're here at the LBS Junction, right somewhere along the Coca-Cola and the ELWA Coca-Cola Factory Road. That's where we are currently. So don't lock out. Yes, perfect now. Sound check, please. Sound check. Okay. Yes, so we're here already at the roundabout, the ELWA Junction roundabout, and so we're here at the roundabout. We're going to go around the roundabout. This particular roundabout construction was another component of the road project. So it's kind of joint effort, because previously there was this Coca-Cola to ELWA Junction factory, Coca-Cola factory to ELWA Junction project, and then from ELWA to RIA project. So these are just two projects, and then they both just combined here. So they have to put in some additional effort to work on the roundabout as it relates to this road project. So Jerry, you're going to park somewhere better, and then we can start our intro from along the ELWA Junction area. Okay. Okay. Yes. Just somewhere before the store there, somewhere where we will not cause a problem. Yeah. Okay, let's do this one here. So guys, we're here at the ELWA Junction already, where the road project is taking place, and I mean, we're here at this caution symbol. So this is where the entire project started from in the first place, from right here. If you look closely on the floor, you'll notice where the fresh pavement all started somewhere right here. So folks, welcome again to this broadcast for those of you who have just joined us. Today, ELBC LNTV is taking a road trip along the ELWA Junction or RIA Road Corridor. And the purpose of this road trip is to showcase the construction works that's ongoing along the ELWA to RIA Road Corridor. Now, speaking about the ELWA RIA Road Project, sometime since September of 2021, the government of Liberia decided to undertake the construction of the ELWA to RIA Road Project in September of 2021, and that was the era of the former government, former President George Weah. Now, at the time when the government brought up the idea to start the construction of this road, the estimated amount at the time was around 160 million United States dollars. 160 million? Sure, definitely. And the government decided to contract the construction of this road to a Chinese company called East International Construction Company. And I remember it became very controversial when East was selected to be the one to undertake this project. In fact, concerns were being raised to determine whether East was capable enough to undertake this project. But again, the hauling and pulling went on, and the contract was awarded to East International.
So let's talk about, let me get something straight.
Sure.
Historicity. Yeah. Give me the history of the project. You're going to lay it out for our people, our listeners around at home and abroad.
Sure.
So while we are on our way to the airport, you're going to tell us which part of this road or parts of this road was constructed by the past regime, and then we come to the current regime. Is that correct?
Sure. Okay. And I remember vividly, so we'll talk about that also. But historically, let's go to the historicity of the project.
Yes.
I mentioned the cost of the project previously when it started, speaking about the construction, 160 million US dollars.
Okay.
And this project is divided into 3 lots. So there is a portion that starts from the airport to the Jung River Bridge. You know the Jung River Bridge somewhere, getting closer to Tower Hill.
Tower Hill.
Yeah, that's where portion 1 is. And then from the Jung River Bridge to come here at ELWA Junction, it's another portion. And then also, the Jung River Bridge also is a whole different separate part of the project by itself.
To another company.
Sure, yes.
Okay.
They will be building a brand new bridge right by the old Jung River Bridge that's right there.
Yes.
And they will also recondition the previous bridge that was there. So that means we will have 2 bridges along that route. Yes, definitely. Since it's, I can say, a 4-lane road, so there will be 2 on the previous bridge, and there's going to be another 2 on the brand new bridge that will be built.
That's good.
Sure, definitely. So this entire route is a 45 kilometer.
I think we should be going while you're giving the
sure, we can start rolling now and give the historicity. But this is where it all started.
So come with us.
So the previous pavement started from here and then went a little further. So I think we can start rolling now.
But that's a long journey we have.
Sure, definitely. It's a long road. It's obviously a long road. Alright guys, so we're back in Vigo. We're back in the Vigo, and I think it's good while we're rolling, we can start explaining about the project. Where we are now, you will not see the works that are ongoing. All you will see will be pavement.
So the past administration started from this point, right?
Sure, definitely.
Okay, so
in fact, the previous pavement that was done by the previous administration was not even done from this end. It started from along the airport end, along the Royal Ambassador Hotel portion, the ambush kept in, you know, all of that. Those were, you know, that's where lots of pavement started from. And then they came on this side also, and there's some pavement, and the pavement went as far as the Kennedy Hotel Junction area. Passing the rehab end and going as far as the Kennedy Hotel area. You know, pavement was done along those ends by the previous government. And now, speaking about currently, and I'm sure you do remember when the transition came about,
yes,
when the new government came in office,
yes,
there were lots of complaints about this project in the first place. There were some obstacles, you know, that came, some hurdles that came along the road.
Like, so what are some of the obstacles?
Okay, great. One, the rainy season.
Yeah.
The rainy season, once the rainy season came, the entire project was like literally paused. Do you understand?
Okay.
They had to pause the project. So definitely because of the rainy season, they couldn't continue working. And also, I remember speaking to the previous public works minister at the time, and even the engineers that were along the road. They think about a slow financial flow, you know, and all of that. Slow financial flow.
So the government was not making a contribution.
Yeah, certain commitments weren't being met. You know, certain commitments weren't being met with the contractors and all of that. So some of these hurdles came along in the way, and there were, you know, those are some of the reasons why the project was being slowed, so to speak. So to speak. Yes, definitely. And also, yes, the road itself became hazardous. Do you understand? Okay. Because of there weren't sufficient detours. You know, there were cases of accidents, you know, along the road because of the digging of holes. You know, some spots were very dangerous for people to ply the road, and you know, it became, people were even tagging the road as a death trap at the time. Yes, I do. So some of these obstacles, you know, decisions were made, so they all contributed to the slow pace of the project. But again, the previous government played their part, and right after the transition, the President Joseph Boakai was concerned about the condition of the road and the project itself holistically. Yes. In fact, it was said that this route is the largest international pathway we have that leads to the capital. And when the transition was about to take place, Liberia was expecting international guests. You know, guests of the president coming in country had to use this route. So the government had to speed up and, you know, and do some pavement at some reasonable points. And that's where the pavement from the Kenenja area heading towards, you know, VOA and other places had to get speeded. You know, the government had to make some efforts to make sure they start paving at these points. So to do a little summary, it's a 45-kilometer drive from ELWA to RIA. Right. I think it should be around some 27.9 miles, you know, distance. Yes, 27.9 mile distance. Okay, so let me interrupt. Sure. So beginning from ELWA Junction, where exactly the former administration, the former government started this project? What part of this road did they work from between where we are now? Did they do anything around here or not? Definitely, definitely. The engineers in the past, all of this pavement that you're looking at were done, sometimes this pavement that you're looking at were done sometimes 2023, 2022. Do you understand? Yes. Moving as far as RIA, ELWA Hospital, Kenenja Junction, and then it eventually stopped somewhere around there. And then if you go across on the other end, along the RIA Highway, you have pavement from along the Royal Ambassador Hotel area, the Ambush Cafe area. You know, and some of these pavements were just being done in between and not on long stretch of the road. Okay, so here you're discussing pavement here, but the middle part of the road here was not done by the past government. Now we see that it's obvious because you can see that's a new one. Yes, it's fresh. That's a fresh. But the idea, you know, the previously had the dividers, they're those huge ones, but they removed them and decided to put this innovation, you know. Yes. And then as you can see, there are spots where they expected to put street lights and put probably some designs of flowers or whatever. But yes, this divider, you know, was never a part of the past, was never done. Sure. So from ELWA Junction all the way to Canada, that was done by the past administration. And then after that, we're going to hit the main one that is going to be, that the current government started 2024. Yeah. So this road is expected to be turned over or open, officially declared open 2027. Is that correct? That's what I was. Yeah, definitely. That's why when the project was initiated, the targeted time for dedication was somewhere around 2024. 2024. Yes, it was meant to be a 3-year project. Okay. It was expected to be turned over to the government by 2024. But speaking of the hurdles that we mentioned,
Yes.
and you know, some obstacles that we might not know about are the reasons why it hasn't been turned over. But then a new deadline has been given. 2027 is the anticipated time for this road to be handed over to the government of Liberia, like you said.
Okay, that's correct. So we understand that this is a government-owned project.
Yeah, sponsored project.
It's sponsored by the government of Liberia. It's not a foreign investment. It's not a foreign job. This is the government doing this for the Liberian people.
Yeah.
So of course we are still going. We are on the RIA Highway, Roberts International Airport, the only airport, international airport we have in the country. So the team decided today to do this to showcase or highlight what this government, how far this government has come when it comes to this particular international highway.
Yeah.
So we will bring you the highlights. At some point in time, we'll make some stops, talk to people if necessary, but we want to show to the people, the Liberian people, the government, what this government is doing. Because most often you hear from some Liberians that nothing happening in this country. Maybe I take blame for that because they don't see me out there. They say, but do you know where you are? Well, no, I send my men out. And sometimes when you have a team that you believe in, you think the team is doing well, you don't need to, you just sit by and let them do the job. But I'm trying to show my face so people can see that anytime you see air and TV, of course, I don't have to be on the camera. It is the group, it is the team that is out there showcasing what the government is doing in this country. So we'll continue to show some of these things to you people as we go. In fact, we got a big thing to show you sometime next week, but we'll keep that in our pocket until we get there. Yeah. So, Anthony.
Yes.
We are almost at ELWA.
Yeah, can we slow down here a little bit, as you can see? Can you show the camera at the machine, please? So what we're looking at here now is the guys are trying to remove these huge dividers that you see. They're trying to place some of them here because this is the ELWA area.
Yeah. So, as you can see here, they are removing some dividers here. These dividers.
They are probably placing them there, I guess.
Placing them
or removing them. You never know. So can you kindly focus on this?
They are removing these.
Can you come this way?
They are removing these, and part about they are removing these, and this is why we.
Sir, we didn't come here to show camera in your face. I want to show you in the work, please.
Anthony, don't talk to the people. Do your job. Okay. Do your job. Do your job. Just do your job. So we are out here and doing our job.
Lots of, as you can see, you look the other way. Those dividers are also on the low bay. Dividers are also the low bay, and they are placing them along the road. And also right behind us, there is a machine also that's working
let me tell you something.
So right, as you can see, massive work is ongoing. As you can see, massive work is ongoing. We apologize for the confrontation. The engineers here, the guys are asking us not to show the camera on them working. I don't know what's wrong. We're showcasing them working, but we're just trying to showcase the work that they're doing. And we don't think we are violating in any way by showcasing government's work. But howbeit, you know how it is with Liberians when it comes to stuff like this. So right there, the guys are doing some massive work. They're trying to put the dividers. As you can see, those dividers are meant to separate both ends of the road from each other. So this is some serious work that's ongoing. We are currently here at the ELWA hospital area. So that's where the guys are putting the divider. And also, if you look behind us, there's a truck, a low bay that has some of those dividers on it, and that's where they're going to. They're taking them from, and they're placing them in the middle of the road. So, like we said, we will be stopping eventually as we move on. Places where there are active work ongoing, we'll stop there and showcase the work that's taking place. So, and I think that's it, folks. So we can now get on our vehicle and move to our next location, definitely. Those of you who are in the here at the ELWA market area, and we're showcasing the construction works that's taking place by the engineers here along the road corridor. So they're trying to put some dividers in the middle of the road. You know, it's a 4-lane road, so 2 lanes on the other end, and then there are 2 lanes on the other end. Now, the reason for these dividers, I remember speaking to the public works folks, and they made it clear to us that in the urban parts of the city, as they construct the road, in the urban parts of the city, they will put dividers. I have it. The urban parts of the city, they will put dividers, and then along the highway, they will not bother themselves about the dividers. So we're going to move on now. We're going to drive on, guys, and head for our next location. So we're just here at the ELWA hospital area, and we're now moving, driving to our next location so that we can continue showcasing this road. A massive pavement has been done along the route that we are on. So for those of you watching, we'd like to say thanks for watching. Yes,
Anthony, sometimes people are misinformed. The gentleman is saying in the United States you cannot put someone on camera, but he doesn't understand that you are in a public space. Once you are in a public space, I don't need your permission to do my job. If I were asking you for an interview, you can say no, sir. So I just corrected him. We can move on. Sometimes you gotta correct people.
He's doing a piece of job for government. Yeah, I don't see why he doesn't want us to showcase government's work while he's at work. He's not doing anything illegal. I don't know why he's afraid of the camera.
It's part of our job.
But again, to go later, that's why we even left in the first place.
It is part of our job when we. The middle lane? Which lane? It's okay, middle lane.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this lane is okay. We just want to be able to showcase the road.
So here, part of our job is to just respond to that politely, and that's what I did. They want us to. Sure, so let's move on. We don't have to worry about that, folks. Let's get back to. So we are right now approaching Rehab, a street. You know, I love Rehab. Rehab is the only street in this country that has a former and a current president. A former and a current president. No other street in Liberia has a history. Or maybe at this time of our life. Yeah. So John Weah is on the right, and the current president is on the left, Uncle Joe. So Rehab is a beautiful place. It's a popular street, and again, it's the only street in Liberia that has a former and a current president residing on that street. Anthony?
Yeah, so speaking of Rehab, the pavement continues as far as Rehab and beyond. And we are almost at the RIA Junction area. And you know, I like the designs with this divider in the middle of the road.
Yes.
I don't know what the city intends to do with this. I don't know if they intend to put some flowers or put some trees in the middle of the road. I don't know what they intend to do with the divider. But obviously they will be putting street lights in the middle, yes, where you see this divider. So, so another observation against her as we drive along the road.
Yes.
There are some portions that are wider than others. That's because of the space provided.
I think this is the turning point. This is where you turn.
Yeah, definitely. At the turning point, they remove the divider from the turning point.
Yes. And
then continue. And once you can, you know.
So this is Rehab Junction. Sure. On my left hand side is Rehab. Just recently, the current president refurbished this market here. This is Rehab Junction on the left here. So let's keep going. That's Rehab on the left.
Yes, that's Rehab right over there. Right, and the pavement continues. The pavement continues. For those of you following us from other parts of the country, this is it. We are bringing you live coverage of the road construction of the RIA Highway here in the capital. I know lots of you here in Monrovia must have driven, along this route.
Yes.
And you probably might have seen the work. But for those who have not come to town or, excuse me,
yes,
might not have watched a video, this is what the works looks like. We're almost at the Kenninja Junction I told you about, where the previous pavement stopped, and then where the new one started from.
So you will find out that within a year, this current administration has done so much on this road compared to the past administration, Anthony.
Okay. That can be proven especially by the current ongoing works in most of the places that we're going to showcase.
Yes.
Yeah, most of the places.
Invite a friend, invite a family member, because we have to do some of these things to showcase what the government is doing. Most often when you listen to some of our friends out there in the opposition, nothing happening in this country. Everybody just sleeping. Nobody's working. So today we are going to show you.
Yeah, so this is where it all started from.
So this was
this is somewhere here, yes. This previous pavement stopped somewhere around here.
Okay, so the CBC actually stopped right around here.
Yeah, somewhere around here.
Okay, somewhere around here.
Yeah.
So from this point all the way to where we are going to show you another spot where the CBC paved or did some job there. From this point all the way to that point, what you see now is the current administration. It's the current administration headed by a visionary leader, His Excellency Joseph Yimabwaka. So invite a friend, invite your teammate, invite another person, say, hey, Diplo, NTV is live. You know, the Director General of ELBC will come on this road with a team when the road is completely done. But today, I decided to come with a team to just show you to show people something, to show the world, the Liberian people something, to show the Liberian people something. But when the time comes, my boss, the Honorable Boss, you know I call him my boss. Some people get angry when I call him my boss. I say, it is easier for you to know that your boss is your boss. If you don't know public administration, maybe you don't know what to call your boss. So you think that calling somebody your boss is because you don't know what you're doing. Absolutely not, because I come from the School of Public Administration. So the Honorable Eugene Lami Fadron will take a special trip on this road with a team, with all of our vehicles, where he will take the microphone and show you people when this road is done before it can be turned over to the government. So Anthony, we are still driving on the pavement done so far by this government. That's correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so go on.
All right, so as we drive on, this is Anthony now. As we drive on, so as you can see all here, massive pavement have already taken place. The drainages are all in place. They are yet to bring the dividers somewhere along here. Don't forget, this part is still in the urban area.
That's
we are yet to get along the highway.
We are just at the RIA Junction.
Yeah, sure, definitely. So they will obviously put the dividers here. As you can see, the line has already been created for them to put the divider. These dividers are meant for safety purpose because this is a 4-lane road. So to avoid people abusing their portion of the road and using opposite lane, all of that, they decided to put these dividers in the middle of the road.
That's correct.
So we're driving on. Very soon we'll be at the Baptist Seminary, eventually. That along the Baptist Seminary, heading toward the Shuffling Barracks, all of these places, they're, wearing massive work in the past going on there, but now the folks have already, paved those places. The pavement have gone as far as the Baptist Seminary area, and getting closer to the Shuffling Barracks as we drive on.
That's correct.
So basically, one thing we also want those who have not seen the works that's ongoing, you will be astonished by what's happening with the new development along the Tower Hill area.
That's correct.
Yes, you'll be moved by the work that's taking place along the John River Bridge area. Yes. Definitely. Also, every day there are new materials coming in. This little bit that we just passed tons of cement, tons of loads of cement bags being transported to the project site every minute. So somewhere here along the Baptist Seminary area.
So
very soon we'll be there. And also look at the drainage system. The drainage system looks, very deep and well laid. This is the Baptist Seminary right here.
Yes, Baptist Seminary on the right.
Yes, and lots of irrigation had to take place along this end, Director. If you look at the drainage system, the way it has been built, they have to redirect, the water into the swamp.
Yeah, into the swamp.
Yes, to head into the neighborhood and provide, to a safe area for the water to get out, to avoid flooding.
That's right.
Yeah. So as we drive on, you also notice massive development along the way.
Project is this?
Yes, definitely. This looks to me like a factory.
Yeah.
But we can't determine what that is. But it looks to me like some factory or something.
Yeah, somebody said it's a Caterpillar factory. I'm not sure about that.
Sure.
But we are still approaching. We passed the tip of
and we're still driving on pavement, recent pavement that have been done.
By
those living along this route will tell you that these are all fresh pavements that have been done in recent times. Yes, as you drive on.
So in less than less than a year, or a few months, or just few months, just few months, let's say 14 months, let's just give it 12 months. This is 12 months job that we work. I think we're looking at here.
Yes, definitely. Since the transition in January, in fact, I can guarantee you, the current government started reinforcing this project even before the day of inauguration, because the president was concerned about his international guests that were coming in country. So they had to engage the public works minister right away. The ministry started, reinforcing the project and making sure the work had to get speedy along this route.
That's correct. So as we go, we'll make few stops again along the way. When we see a construction team,
where the engineers are, we will be stopping there. Yes, and we hope we don't get confrontation from them
like the other guys. Right?
Yes, definitely.
No, there are some professionals, except if you try to engage them or have a conversation with them. But again, the game plan is always stay out of the way of the people, because there are some angry people in town. They just get angry for no reason. They see something good happening, they get angry. They don't like good. It's like some people go to sleep and hoping that everything will collapse, everything will just look bad. Like, they don't want to hear any good thing about the country. But again, you have a visionary leader. He has the team that he has hired to do the job. So the Ministry of Public Works is doing massive construction in this country.
Yes, and I wanted to speak about that. Speaking about the Ministry of Public Works, speaking about road construction project. Just the other day, you and the rest of the team were in Grand Cape Mount trying to showcase the RIA Highway. Remember in the President's State of the Nation address the other day, he made mention of how effective he needed job to start on that road.
That's correct.
Just the other day, we were along the Batam Douala and trying to showcase the construction of the Gibraltar Bridge to the Simple Bridge Road Project, the Bridge to Bridge Project.
Yes,
that's already currently ongoing. There are feeder roads that are being worked on. The other day, the Minister of Public Works was in Maryland trying to look at the Ivory Coast to Maryland Bridge Project along the Kavala River.
Big bridge.
Lots of road projects. Very soon we'll be heading to Nimba for the elections. There are lots of road projects that are in Nimba that are already ongoing that we intend to showcase. So as we drive on, you get to see how enlarged the road becomes eventually as you drive on.
This is Baptist Seminary. No, this is called what? Beta, right?
Yeah. So this is Bethesda. This is Bethesda Mission School. So right around here there is some very fresh pavement, and we should probably walk, or we can just drive very slow and make sure we show the camera.
Show the camera.
Yeah, show the camera on the fresh pavement. As you can see, it's still wet, and the folks here are laying. They might be laying a fresh asphalt pavement on this one, because the compactors are still rolling on it to make sure it's compacted well, and then they can lay the asphalt. But the portion on the left side has already been paved with the asphalt, and that's why we're driving on. The machines, as you can see, are working currently here along the road. So the compactor currently now is only trying to get it more well compacted before we can start putting the asphalt on it.
Yes.
So fresh pavement here along the Bethesda Christian Mission School, here along the Rouse International Highway, the Rouse Highway. And then this is quite a reasonable piece, and I like the way they're doing it. They work on one portion and leave another portion so that folks can be able to drive along the road. Can you focus on this one right by you here? Yes.
On the other
And then
side.
they're working on the drainage system also, as you can see, the way they're directing the drainages into the swamp. Yes, to make sure.
It's no light. It's no light.
Yes, locked. It's locked. Yes,
So as you see,
spraying of water.
spraying water is taking place on my right hand side here, and men at work, massive work.
Sure.
I think this project will be completed before 2027.
Yes, before the targeted time.
For the targeted
I think that's just an estimated time, because the way I see how fast the work is going, I want to believe in the next 12 months we will have something reasonable to show for the kind of work that's ongoing on this project.
Absolutely, you are absolutely right. Because you can see, rainy season is not going to stop them from doing certain jobs. There are certain jobs they can do during the rainy season.
Yeah, the rainy season usually affect the earthwork.
Just the earthwork. Okay.
Yes, you know, the backfilling, you know, and all of that, the engineering work, but really not necessarily the pavement or the laying on the asphalt.
Okay.
Yes, but it also does affect the laying of the asphalt in a way. But in case of laying the asphalt, the rainy season might not be that much disruptive as we are anticipating. But I think the rainy season is also, the coming of the rainy season is also contributing to the fast pace of the work. They want to do, you know, as much as possible, complete a reasonable portion before we can get to the rainy season.
Yes, a target. That's a target.
Yes, sure.
of the job. So we are in. This is what's the town? What's the community? This is our two community. So folks, we just
we're in the R2 area.
Community
I mean,
R2.
And another thing I wanted to mention also, in most of the urban parts, there have been sufficient earthwork already done.
Absolutely.
If you look in the urban part, they're not clearing again, they're not breaking homes, they're not digging, you know, like that. They've already done lots of backfilling.
See here.
And all of that. Basically, what you're noticing will be a layer of crushed rock and asphalt pavement. Because drainages have already been worked on.
And those can be done during the rainy season, right?
In a way, I'm not necessarily an engineer to advise that, but I think certain light works that could be done in rainy season have already been worked on.
Okay.
Yes, already been worked on. Like, come to think of it, all of the drainages along the R2 end have already been worked on.
Yes. That's
in fact, if we get to the shuffling barracks area, the drainages are also being worked on.
Yes.
And they are being very fast with the way they're doing the work, you know. The works are moving fast.
That's correct. You are absolutely right on that piece.
Yeah.
So folks, if you just joining us, it's my pleasant duty to welcome you again to RNTV, Liberia Broadcasting System here, the Liberia Broadcasting System, the Department of New Media Rebranding, bringing you along the taking a road trip to the Rabat International Airport, the only airport or international airport we have in the country, to highlight what the government, this current government, is doing on this main international highway. Anthony?
Yes, sir. Yes. So we're almost here at this junction. This is the R2 market, I guess. We're almost here at the R2 market. But as we drive on, at this portion, they've placed a detour right here.
Yes.
Because they are doing some asphalt pavement on the left side.
We can take a stop here.
Yeah, sure. We could just showcase the machines, but this is where the machines are being packed. The machines that are doing the asphalt pavement. This is fresh asphalt pavement, so we can go walk there.
Yeah,
so we can showcase the pavement that is ongoing there, so the folks can know why the car drive on, and we just be walking through.
So you stay with us.
Yeah,
you invite a friend.
Yeah.
We are showcasing, highlighting the Roberts Field, the international airport here, with a team.
How do?
It's our pleasure to welcome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the hard
great
work.
work, man.
Yeah, thank you for the hard work.
Madam.
No, put it out fast.
How do, guys?
Let's go.
Let's go. We didn't cancel you, bro. Can you not embarrass us? We didn't come to you.
No, let me talk to you. Get my mind.
Tamara, can we walk through? Bro, can you let me do my work, please? I'm not interrupting your work. Thank you, but I don't need you to walk me, bro. No, my man, I'm picking you back. Just let me work. I don't want to interview you, my man. I agree, but I just want to showcase the work. Bro, can you not? No, please. So, folks, as you can see, right here is fresh pavement that's taking place. Fresh pavement going on right here. And right here, they're just laying fresh pavement. I don't get it. I don't get it with Liberians, you know. Yes, trust me. And their bosses will not allow them to do what they're doing. They're just being themselves, definitely. And obviously, you can see no one is showing camera at them, but they just want to get themselves into what we're doing. I don't think anything is wrong by showcasing government projects, by the way. So we just want to walk fresh pavements right here, right ahead of us, here along the RT area. So as we drive on, we just want to be, I want to show you, as we drive on, we just want to show you. For those of you watching, you can stay with us, keep following, keep watching. Wherever you're watching us from, wherever you're following us from, we'd like to say thanks for following. We'd like to say thanks for watching. Just the other day, I was telling someone the way Liberians will want to argue you to death if they saw a camera in your hand. But trust me, if it was some international TV with some giant size cameras, you'll see them jumping all over the place and wanting to show their faces and talk. It's just sad that we don't even want to talk to them, and they're putting on attitudes every time we come around. But again, that's not a problem. Let's just show you what's going on, guys. It's a long stretch of fresh pavement that's taking place. We're not trying to intrude into their job. We just want to walk through and show you the work that's ongoing. But as we move on, moving back and forth along this route from one end so maybe we could just show the camera a little right here for those of you watching to see what the drainages look like. But I mean, this looks very massive. Currently you see dirt in them, but once the process is done, they will remove all of this dirt from in these drainages. Can you just come show the camera here? They remove the dirt from these drainages. Yes, just along the drainage. Now these are just residues from the construction work, so they will not be in the drainage, they will be removed. But right here also there are these giant blocks that have been placed to allow folks to make their way into their neighborhoods also as we drive on. So yes, I mean, that's it. We can probably go. Where's my teammate? Is he in the car? Long stretch, a massive pavement ongoing. Long stretch, massive pavement ongoing. I guess we can go back there. No, I'm not looking for the driver. Where is the chief? Let's go there. Alright guys, sorry about that breaking with the sound, but we're still here along the RIA Highway anyway, trying to showcase the construction works that's ongoing. So for those of you watching, we'd like to apologize for the sound, for the breaking. But kindly stick with us, keep watching, keep following. There is massive work ongoing ahead from where we are, so we just have to slow down a little bit and show you what we have here currently before we move on. Basically, in this urban part where we find ourselves, the folks are just doing some backfilling and some pavements, but the real earthworks still happening at some very difficult spots. Speaking of the the Rock Hill area, the Tower Hill area, sorry, as we drive on, and then also at the Jung River Bridge area where the folks had to divide the road. There are some hilly parts that they had to reduce those hilly parts and make them level and all of that. So lots of work that's ongoing here along this route. For those who are watching, we'd like to say thanks for watching. Keep following, stick and stay with us. Sure, definitely. So for those of you in the comment section, we'd like you to drop your comments. We could read them out also. Leave us your comments. Tell us your own impression with the work that's ongoing. If you've been on this road, you could describe in the comment section how you've seen the work going on so far. For some of us, we're here almost every time, so we know how speedy this work is. Sure, definitely. Kindly leave us your comments. Leave us your comments in the comment section. Tell us where you're watching from, and tell us where you're following from. If you that is, if you're following us, if you're watching us. We're somewhere here at the Providence Christian School area, right here along the RIA Highway, still showcasing the project. We intend to reach at the urban, that's the rural part or the highway portion, where we expect to show you some of the active works that are ongoing. Over there, the guys have done some new, placed some huge marks, new marks. Though there isn't much pavement along some of those areas, especially when you leave the shuffling barracks, some of the shuffling barracks as far as the ambush cafe area. That's where you will see fresh pavement. You'll start seeing fresh pavement again from the shuffling barracks to the ambush cafe area, and then from ambush cafe to the Royal Ambassador Hotel Junction. That's where the fresh pavement stopped. So as we move on, we intend to showcase those places to you, for those of you who are watching. So stick and stay with us, don't go away. Leave your comments in the comment section and tell us where you're watching from us, and give us your impression of the works that's ongoing. Tell us, what do you make of the construction works that's taking place along this road? We'd like you to tell us, what do you make of the construction work that's taking place? So someone is watching, they're concerned about how long. Well, like we said, when this project was initiated in 2021, it was meant to be a 3-year project. Like we said from the onset, it was meant to be a 3-year project. The length is supposed to have taken 3 years, and within those 3 years it would be turned over to government. But again, things did not go down as planned. As you can see, the project is supposed to have been dedicated in 2023, 2024, but as you can see, it's still ongoing in 2024. So we've been informed a new deadline has been set, and that the project is expected to be dedicated or handed over to government or dedicated by 2027. So that means in the next 2 years 2 years or a few months from now, we expect to see this project being completed. So for those of you who are concerned, who are asking in the comment section, that's it there for you. By 2027, you expect that this project will be completed. No problem. All right, folks, so that's it. We're about to move now.
You boss?
No, I've been talking all alone, boss.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so we're gonna move on now. Just kind of waiting for my teammate. He's back. So guys, we're going to now board the vehicle and continue. We're going to board the vehicle and continue from where we stopped. We're going to board the vehicle and continue from where we stopped. There've been some obstacles along the way, so forgive us. So we're driving now. We're moving on, and what?
So we are in Dwazon, right?
Yes.
So folks, you know, when you have a job to do in this country, in our beloved country, you have to be ready to deal with different type of people, different the way they think, the way they talk. All of those things are what we learn in this country so fast. And one of those things I learned so much about this country so fast. You're doing your job. Somebody thinks that he's in a public space. You are supposed to get a permission before you turn the camera towards it. You are in a public space, for God's sake. If you are in your bedroom, that's different. This road is considered a public space. I don't need your permission to do my job. I was hired to do this, so I don't need permission for anybody. So folks, that's what we go through here.
Sir, especially the part I don't get is you're not doing anything illegal.
It's not illegal, so why are you
afraid? You're attacking people for doing their job, and the sad part about it, we're showcasing the road and not you instead.
We don't even ask. If I ask you, I want to speak to you, want to speak to the press, you can say yes or no. But other than that, everything about them is you can't do this, you can't do that. They can't prove it.
I think sometimes the motive is because they want to be on camera, but they will not come clean.
They are confused young people. There are so many young people here. They are so confused. They think they know you can't do this in the outside world. What part of the outside world have you been to? You grew up in Liberia. You have lived in Liberia. Maybe you've been to Senegal, Guinea, or Ivory Coast.
Well, like you said, we're in Dwazon.
But I enjoy dealing with them.
We're in Dwazon already. So like I was saying, sir, most of these parts, backfilling have already been done. And what the folks are only doing now in this urban part, they're only carrying out pavement, you know. And then where F works are still ongoing is the portion that starts from the shuffling barrier to go as far as the from the shuffling barriers to go as far as the ambush curve area, around the ambush curve area. Or once you get down Tower Hill, you know, you drive on the old pavement as there, but then when you get in around the ambush curve area, that's where you will start seeing new pavement until you get to the Royal Ambassador Hotel, somewhere closer to the airport, and that's where the new pavement stops.
That's correct.
Yes, definitely.
So we are staying in Dwazon community, right? Yeah,
yes, we're staying in Dwazon. So once we pass the shuffling barracks area, we could probably start our new broadcast to start showcasing
the next segment.
Yeah, the Air Force area.
Okay.
Or we can continue from there because as you can see, because of the disruption, our followers have dropped. You know, yes, our followers have dropped.
But it's part of the job. We have to be professional, you know. Engaging professionally. Don't ignore them. Just let them say, I do my job.
Along this entire portion, you will not see pavement, or you will see the works ongoing. The drainages are being worked on. The dividers are being placed. You know, the backfilling is being done, and everything is in place for pavement. I can guarantee you, in the next few days, if you come back here, you'll obviously see this place paved because the machines that are laying the asphalt, they are all mounted along the road at every point as we drive on.
Hello, are you? Let me go to the car. Is that a taxi right there? Okay. Alright, let's go. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we're driving. So we're almost at the shuffling barracks, actually, like I said. And right in between this point, there is no, you won't see any pavement currently between this point. This is one of the points that, you know, had some difficulties and all of that, but everything has been worked on as it relates to raft pavement. They've paid everyone who's along the road, who has properties along the road. They've done all of the backfilling along this route. The drainages are all in place. Like I said, if you look on the left side as you drive on, you can tell that the next scene they will start pavement on that left side because the way they're doing it, they're paving one side, and once that one side is paved, they open it for it to be used, and then they start paving the other side, and then eventually they can join both.
Where exactly are we going to start the next segment? We're going to go up and come back, take a water break?
I don't know, we can probably stay on, but just to regain our followers, we'll decide what to do.
We're around the EBK.
Yes, we're at EBK there, we can start from there. Yeah.
Take a water break around the EBK. So folks, we'll be taking a water break around the EBK, and then we will join you guys later to show you guys the massive work at moving equipments, to show you guys men at work, because most of what we're going to show you, huge work taking place on this road. I know when we leave today, other people will follow us. Wherever TV goes, others follow because they want to get the news, and we love that. We like to showcase that. That's why my boss likes for all to see. He doesn't want us to be the last to go to get the news. He always say, "Go for the news. You go for the news," because when we get the news, when they follow us, it's not a news. It's a dead news already because we are always ahead of it. So my boss is always saying, "Go as far as you can go. You have the equipment, you have my support, you have the team. What are you waiting for? Go get it, G-Flow." So I want to say thank you again for following us. So when we get around the EBK, we'll take a water break because we are going as far as smell notice. We are going as far as small notice because we just don't want to show you one part. The part that is being constructed by this current administration. We also want to show you another part that was done by CDC or by the past administration, the previous government, not the CDC, but the previous government. So it does not look like we're just giving you one side storage, because some of our friends will say, "Oh, that's a lie. The whole road was paved." That's That's a past government project. Nothing happening there. You guys doing nothing there. Well, that's not true. We got so many things to show to the people of this country. So many things. We got so many things. And look at this vehicle. You tighten this vehicle like this, and you expect policemen to get you ticket. How you doing? You get a man ticket, chief. They put this ticket. Get a 2-hour ticket. Give that 2-hour ticket. Yeah, I want to say what I said, policeman again. This is wrong. The vehicle is a taxi. The man has maybe more than 75 days of code. You overload the vehicle.
So, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
We've been showcasing works that were previously done.
Yes.
But all of the works we've been showcasing from the Kenneja area as far as this place.
All of this current government.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Since the project, have been reinforced, all of the works that we're showing are being done. So this is massive. I mean, for those of you following, this is massive.
Massive work.
The drainages, like you can see, are being docked. And I wanted to say this, and like the way the guys are doing the drainages.
Yes.
This is one of the portions of the road that usually experiences flooding.
Flooding.
Yeah, sure. So the guys have done some, very good irrigation to be able to redirect the water.
We can't go on that side, right? We're not allowed to drive on that.
Yeah, we just try and pass this truck.
We can't drive. Oh, okay. We gotta wait for the water truck. So, Anthony, as you were hitting key points or highlights, it is unbelievable. Some people in and out of this country will say nothing happening in town. The country is on pause. That's not true. It's just that we want to let people do the talking before we come outside and tell people, say, hey, that's not true. We have a leader. The leader of this country is a visionary leader. After 6 years, come back to this country. You will travel from here to Anjama City on a pavement. You will travel from Morovia all the way to the southeastern. Easy ride. Take it easy when you're driving. All I have to say to you is, just make sure you don't go kill yourself, because the road is so nice.
Yeah.
Like you're driving to Chicago or Highway 94, Highway 100. International road. So this is what we have. This is the work. We got so many projects that in the coming days or next month we'll begin to show go to these places and highlight them for the people to see what this government is doing, because sometimes you have to give them something. You gotta tell them that that's not true what you hear from other networks. Yeah, you are saying next month. I can say by next week we'll be in Nimba. Yes, showcasing projects. Projects will be massive trip. Massive. We're going to Nimba. So maybe we can park off somewhere here. So we park off here, settle down. Yeah. Right across the road, we have the new headquarters of the LTA being constructed. Yes. Right across the road. So lots of projects are being undertaken. So we'll come down here. And then we'll take a quick break. Yes. And come back. We'll take a quick break. You're going to wrap up? And yes, let's wrap up and take a quick break. Come. Yeah, so guys, for those of you who have been following, we'd like to say thanks for following. Thanks for sticking and staying with our video. It's been a long drive from ELWA Junction as far as the EBK barracks here in Shuffling along the RIA International Airport Highway. Now, we were able to showcase some paved portion of the road. Yes, done by the previous administration. Yes, sure. And then we're here along the Shuffling area where there are still F works ongoing. They're still laying drainages, and so what we want to do now, since the viewership has dropped, we'll restart this video and then continue another segment of the show you another segment of the road. What we did was a previous segment, and that segment has pavement on it. Yes. So we want to show you the segment that doesn't have pavement. Yes. And it starts from as far as the Dwazon area all the way. Yeah, as far as the John River Bridge. It goes as far as the John River Bridge. No pavement along that particular portion. Massive work. Yes, massive works ongoing. So we want to show you the works that's ongoing along the portion that doesn't have a pavement yet.